I think I'm here. I'm trying to switch to my computer at the same time, so give me a minute. Let me see if I can. Right now I'm on my phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Miss Donna, you can hear me better now, right?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I'm trying to switch to my computer because I got it in my text, but I want to get it on my computer.
Not a problem. Take your time.
Okay.
We're getting ready with Miss Donna Rosby.
Yeah, that's me.
That's it.
Come on. You know, everybody called right 2 minutes before. I had to send the. I was just like, you got 2 minutes.
They are. Not a problem. We're here. Everybody remember to log on to www.SableAssent.com while we're getting set up. Register your Black-owned businesses. LAtoken.com. Please go and purchase SAC1, your currency for the Black community. We need to transact amongst each other, ladies and gentlemen. We have to transact amongst each other. We're here with Miss Donna Rosby. She is a blessing and she is very special. This is an extremely important interview. For her to take the time out to speak with us at this moment, she's really wanting to make an impact on our community. Please get your pens and papers out and take notes.
Okay, let's see what I can get. Let me get the box here. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Tell me if I don't have enough time. I sent it to my email. Okay, I might just have to.
We're going to get her introduction going on right at 8:00 p.m. When I lay you down her introduction, you all are not going to believe it. She is incredible. I think she has like 8 arms with her lineup that she has going on. It's like incredible. I'm just so honored to have you here, Miss Donna. I am so honored and grateful. Definitely have to look down and read what your credentials are. And we'll get started in 1 minute. You can hear me clear, correct?
I hear you very clear, yes. I'm
okay,
just doing until I get.
I can hear you.
Okay, because I.
www.SableAssent.com. Please register your Black-owned business at no cost. My name is Marlena Evans. I am your host tonight. It's 8:00 Eastern time. We are live from Miami, Florida. And also, what part of California, Miss Donna?
Sacramento.
Oh, wow. Sacramento, California. We need to give a warm welcome to Miss Donna Rosby, founder and president of Funding the Block, founder of Mrs. Dollar, a book series on finance for children, our beautiful children, founder of MAM. Am I saying that correct? MAM, or is it MAM? MAM?
MAM.
Publishing, owner of Rosby Tax Services, a licensed insurance agent, okay? Founder and president of multiple stock investment clubs and founder of Dollars Have a Destination. She is a nonprofit that focuses on teaching financial literacy to African American at-risk youth. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Miss Donna Rosby. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you are quite welcome. As I stated before, I'm switching over. I'm trying to get the computer, so I might tweak over if that's okay, but I'm going to go right here until that, technical difficulties is not going to stop the show.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I just want to ask you, Miss Donna, we thank you so much for coming. With all of these accomplishments, please give us a few beginner steps to start a successful financial life. Because you also have an MBA in finance.
Yes. So the start life is first starts with discipline. That's the biggest thing. You're gonna have to give up. Oh, here we go. Can you see me in the computer? Now we're cooking. All right, I'm gonna switch on over. So yes, you definitely have to have some discipline, a lot of discipline. You're gonna give up a lot of things to get a lot of things. Okay, I'm gonna go right there. You need to have an ability to learn. Let me turn you off here.
No problem. We have a little. No problem. I have water here and mints. Water and mints.
Yes. Hold on there, just a second.
It's okay. We have a little echo, and I hear you saying about the main thing is discipline, and I know that is a big factor on achieving a lot of goals. So, we're at discipline, and what else? What are a couple of more beginner stages that we should all take and under our belts? Are we on mute a little? Do you have it on mute, Miss Donna? All right, I think her computer is it. Mm-hmm. We okay. Okay, there we go. Now we have Miss Donna. Okay, we're talking about discipline. We didn't hear you the first time, but let's get on discipline. You were speaking about discipline as one of the first points.
Correct. Discipline meaning you almost have to unlearn what you've already learned. So discipline meaning you have to have habits, and those habits have to be consistent every day to try to know where your journey is, know where your goal is, and be disciplined to get there. Meaning if you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's 6 o'clock every morning. If you need to go to bed at 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock every morning. Whatever that end goal is, have the discipline to get to it, because you're not going to want to do certain things, but there's certain things that's going to be needed for whatever goal you're trying to reach. So that's number one.
Yes, ma'am.
Number two is being teachable and learnable. You have to be open to be able to teachable. You have to be teachable. You have to know that there's others who have knowledge that you don't know. And even when you know a little bit, still keep that other ear open for that little ding that might set you over the edge in the area that you are already well versed in. So I pay a lot of money for courses for educators that are in the same lane that I'm in, because just because we're in the same lane, they might have that one extra little quote, that one extra piece of information that I might need to tell my business, to make my business go to another level. So definitely be teachable.
Yes, ma'am.
The third thing is you have to learn how to manage your money. That's a discipline, separate discipline from managing your money. So you have to learn how to not be so much of, not at all, to unbecome being a consumer. No more consumerism, and switching to learning and knowing how to become the player, the owner, the equity survivor, and the person that's in charge is going to actually be the one selling the product or doing the business instead of the one buying the things from these big businesses and owners. So that's number three. I'm getting them off the top of my head because I just do them, but it's kind of hard to.
We understand. Those are very good, strong points, and especially the investment in yourself, in your business, especially discipline. I believe that we all do need to get better in that aspect of our lives to be more disciplined. Now, do you have an everyday routine, Miss Donna? I mean, with that list, and I'm missing some things.
Yes.
I'm missing a few things, not because I wanted to. I just realized it. I said, wow.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
How do we make a schedule every day? Like how does that operate?
Yes, so I am a registered nurse, and so I am working part-time. So I work 2 days a week and 4 days a month at a second job. So I still work at two jobs. So I work everything around that, and I do that on purpose. My retirement will be next year. So I went down to 2 days a week for purpose, so it'll pay for my medical. You don't want medical to be a part of your retirement, but that goes in line with everyone has to have their own story in their own lane for where they're going. So if you hear someone saying they're retiring or they're going to work for another 5 years and you look at them and they're older or younger, that's their story in their lane. As long as it's marched out that person, then it will work. So my schedule, so I work everything around my 2 day a week job.
Yeah.
Because that is what's going to protect my medical insurance for now.
You still have a job.
All that I do.
And you're still a business owner, and you still own a nonprofit. Now, can you, a lot of things are out in the world saying that we shouldn't keep our jobs. How do you, so you're still maintaining that because it's special in your heart or for more income?
Yeah. Well, two things. So income, not necessarily, because I've weaned it down to I don't need the income. It is for me. I am 56 years old. Yes, thank you very much. So my retirement for yes,
awesome.
I have a 32-year-old daughter and a granddaughter that's 7. So for me, it is I want to retire, and there's some things that I don't want to have to worry about. Medical being one of the bigger items. So with my job, 1 more year of working will give me 7 years of paid medical, which will put me right into Medicare. So as far as medical, I will not have to worry about medical. It'll be out of the picture if I just stay at my job 1 more year. So wow. My income from my job is my investment. So I use it as that lane to invest with, but it's there for me to fill in that part for my medical insurance for retirement. I don't want to be chasing after retirement. You can kill a lot of money from just having a broken leg if you're not covered, and people, if covered in that one area. So that's and plus I'm a nurse. I love people. I've left the bedside, but I still kind of have a heart for nursing. So it's going. By next year, I'll be ready to go. I'm ready to go now, but
it's a passion, right? It's a passion kind of as well. You care about your patients and everybody,
Yeah.
Now, I noticed that with funding the block and, being a part of and being an investor, I just want to know, I noticed that in your bio, you had a interest sparked in like investing. Like what made you think of that from going to being a nurse, for going to school and learning about finance and getting your master's? Like what sparked your interest in that field? What made you want to get into the financial endeavors?
Yeah.
I think we're a little off. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay. Can you see me okay?
I can see you now. Yes, ma'am.
I'm about to lose you. Hold on.
No problem. I know it's technical difficulties. We're here with Miss Donna Rosby.
So go ahead. Yeah. No. So it's my Wi-Fi in here. I think sometimes it acts up. So what started? I tell people you end up being what you actually I think born with or already good at. You just have to identify it. So mine started actually at the age of 9. My dad, who was my godfather, used to have me budget his checkbook before he got his check down to the FICA and the Social Security because he only had an 8th grade education. So he didn't want me to ever be without knowing about money and checks, even though he just worked every day. So that's where things started. So I graduated from high school with about $3,000 in my little piggy bank on the side of my bank. So I had a little inkling for, wanting to save already, but didn't know what I wanted to do. But as time went on and things started happening in my life, I went to college. My mother passed, my brother passed. I got my first job and I got fired because I didn't know how to count change. And that speaks right there. I said, never, ever, ever will I not know about money. So it took me back to my dad. I said, if I could balance his checkbook, why couldn't I know how to? The lady bought a pair of shoes and she gave me a 20 and I didn't know how much change to get back to. I couldn't count backwards. And so I started then reading numbers, but it wasn't about numbers. It was still something else. So that's where it kind of started. And then as you tilt your hand and your mind into something that you're born to do, the rest will come. So as I started developing and going into my different careers and meeting people and stepping up one stair only to get knocked back down 2 stairs, I always would turn into the financial realms. You know, I got into insurance because a guy met me that I had met at a dinner, asked me to come to one of his shows about insurance. I went. He says, I want to hire you. From a fluke, I went and got my insurance license because he was supposed to hire me. Well, when I went back with the license, he said, I'm not going to hire you. I'm going to hire my daughter. But I had the license. So the license taught me how to start working with annuities, which went back to money again. And then with the annuities right there, then the life insurance went back to, I had so many deaths in my family and I had to pay for them. So I had to learn how to hustle and find money. So it went back to money again. It always went back to money. And then I went to work for H&R Block because I said, I'm tired of paying all this money for somebody doing my taxes. So I went to the H&R Block school, became a tax preparer, and learned about taxes because you know taxes, you know what to do with your money. So it always went back. So my thing, I wanted to touch all areas. That touch went back to that one focus that I realized that I was good at. And as I realized that and took it to my job and start working with people at work, I just hear conversations. Oh, let me help you with that. Oh, you know, so they start saying, go see Donna, go see Donna, go see Donna. And as they came to me, I wanted to be well versed. So that's when I went back to school. I said, well, let me see if I can do this. Got my master's, start learning the 401k lane, start teaching in that lane, start learning the stock market, started my first investment club with a group of nurses, which is now over 20 years old and 6 figures plus investment club. That was my first one.
Investment club with a group of nurses?
Nurses, that was my first one.
I love it.
21 years old. Yes. And mind I tell you, it is 7 of us and it's 7 different nationalities. We got me, we got Filipino, we got Malaysian, we got 1 white guy, 1 black male, and 1 white girl. So we multicultural up there. Yes. So that's how that started. It just, if you listen to what's going on in your life and how things always focus on one thing and what you're good at, then, and if you pick up on that, when you're looking for your passion, it's generally already built within you. You just have to kind of pamper it and baby it. So when I realized everything came back to money and that I was good at it and had a voice and I made a difference in individuals with their money, I said, this is what I'm going to do. And then that brought around to people. Now, how can I do one person?
Speaking of money, I noticed that you aligned yourself with SableAssent Coin Corporation and you saw the vision from the beginning. And I just want to know, why I want to let our viewers know, like, what would make you want to associate all of your beautiful accomplishments with SableAssent Coin Corporation? Like, what makes what makes us be yin and yang so that more people can, want to be a part of this? And we're going to just click 1 second. We're clicking here. I know.
Well, first thing is recent investment club. You can see it. That's good. So, yes, that goes back to funding a block and how I know and realize that having groups of people together to grow and do things is the key. Because teaching one, you can accomplish a little. To teach you teach a few who will teach a few, then the branches grow. So when I heard about SableAssent, first of all, the African American community, this club is the only one that's 100% African American.
Yes.
And I said when I started it, that's the way I wanted it, because everybody wanted to get in. And I just told them, nope, that's just because I said. So when I found out about this, and I could take this group of people that was already in this club and get them on a platform with other like-minded people. These are all business people, all of them. They're just, we're investing together in one vehicle, and take that vehicle and take that group of people on one platform and use this platform, the SableAssent Coin, and the platform that we're able to reach with our businesses and with all the other countries and the other individuals are able to see, reciprocate that same thing. That's just magic. It's just a no-brainer. So I knew that I wanted to be a part of that company, of this coin, of this. It's still a lot I have to learn, but I don't need a lot to know that my vision is clear on where I want other individuals go and grow. And, the African American community needs to have a place where we can integrate and circulate our dollars with on one platform. So our businesses will be there, and that's just phenomenal. That's just phenomenal. So because I can touch so many people, there you go. I can just put them right on that platform.
Yes, we have a beautiful ecosystem, and we're so grateful to have you and everybody who is a part of your team, a part of SableAssent as well. And I wanted to speak in terms on the next question as being a woman, being a woman, a business owner, an investor, a nurse, an owner of a nonprofit, an author. You're an author as well. I just wanted to know, what advice can you give us women with sexism in the workplace, with with judgment, with also having a family? Like, what's some advice that you can help our women viewers to keep going, to keep trying, to keep pushing? Because I feel underaccomplished when I, see everything that you've accomplished, and I'm ready to, you helping motivate me to want to do more.
Well, and just like you see that in me, I see that in others. So I've done the same thing that you've done. And I think that's the key right there. My office, everything in my office is filled with other women who's done what I achieved to do. So right above me, I have a big photo of Madam C.J. Walker. I look at that photo. I look at her picture. I look at the books. I have Michelle. I have Oprah. I have women who have told the story for me. So when you find someone, that is right there. If someone else did it, then you can do it too. That is the key. So never underestimate what you're capable of doing, because another woman did it. And we all know Black women have a story to tell. We all have a story to tell. We've all went through our trials and tribulations one way or another. So when you find that woman who's in the same lane as you, who's doing the same thing that you might want to do, and she's accomplished, then you grab a hold of her with your time, with your money, because she paid to get to where she is. And we do that in the African American community too. We want to, that's my friend, can I give you half the cost? Make the value of what you see in that person. So accomplish. So what you see that I've accomplished, I see that in my mentors. Because I go to them, I'm like, how did you do this? So I'm still going up these stairs to the person that I'm trying to reach to. So find that person and see what they do every day. How do they manage? And I'm in the business of finances, so I needed to find the person who does what I do, and what kind of systems do they use to work with? How do they keep their clientele? What's their social media information? So, that kind of thing. So stay focused on the person that has already told the story that you're trying to write, and follow the path of that person and cling on to them. Sometimes I tell people, me and Oprah, we've been best friends. Me and Michelle, I'm going to go sit down for the weekend and go talk to Michelle and ask her what I need to do. All you got to do is speak it. You read their books, and they will tell you what they've done. That's why the autobiography are so powerful. So discipline and reading and learning from the ones who've done what you've already done. And so you don't reinvent the wheel, and you get the encouragement from how they've done it. Because I don't know what someone who does hair, I don't know what their story, how that works. So I wouldn't follow a hairdresser who is very successful, because that wouldn't match with my lane, with my product. So when you know what you're doing, find that woman who's done that very successfully, discipline yourself around that same discipline that she's done.
I love it. I love it. Now, so I noticed that you have kind of your own ecosystem, and I know that SableAssent, we have our own ecosystem, and I want to know what impact do you feel like your
you will have the same success that she has. She's already written the book. So it's a very simple.
We got a little mixed up here. Again, give us some. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Go back to your point. Go back to your first point. I think we lost you there.
Okay. Which one? As far as discipline, following the person in the path that's doing what you've done?
And you were talking about the books, and you were talking about books and the importance of books as well.
Yes. The importance of reading the autobiographies of the books of the women that are in the lane that you're in the lane. Even if not, they're in the lane of the product, in the lane of the mindset. So, I think Susie Orman, she does what I do. She might not be African-American, but her success is the success that I want. So absolutely. I follow her in the regime, in the sequelae of what she's done on some levels. I make it fit my lifestyle and go, I can do that also. So that piece of advice goes a long ways. The company you keep is very important. You want to be able to feed into others what's fed into you, but you also need to be fed also. So be around others who can have a conversation that's going to give you something else. You shouldn't be the only one who knows everything, because then you're not around the right people all the time. So you're feeding, but you need to have something coming into you also. So sometimes if I don't get that, I grab a book of someone who's done what I want to do, and I just go have lunch with her and bread, and I'll sit there for 4 hours and read and get my encouragement that way. So encouraging
yourself with books. Now, can you give us one of your favorite books that you're reading now or before, or a great book that the viewers can, read?
Yes, I can see it from here. So I just read this book, and I read it 3 times in 3 weeks. It's called Outliers. And it is by Malcolm Gladwell. That book, because we are all outliers in our own way. So the one that stands apart, what makes you different. And it goes into details as it breaks down as far as math being Asian children being better at math than any other race, and why that happens. So the outliers, Elon Musk, every single time, it goes back into the history and the genetics of who becomes who they are and why. So I realized just with that book, my story, it helped you tell your story. You will find in it what you need for yourself. So what you find is not going to be what I found. So it's a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous read. There is another that I just put away. I was going to pull them out. Here, I'm going to grab this one.
Take your time. Yes, please pull them out. We need to know. It's time to read, ladies and gentlemen. We're speaking with Ms. Donna Rosby. She's awesome. Oh, that looks like
this book right here. So it is called The Education of Millionaires. It's an old book, and this one is by Michael Ellsberg. I read this a long time ago. And this book is good to educate you as far as teaching you why you don't have it's not anti-school, but it's very pro-entrepreneurism. So those little lessons and stories you were hearing about, you needed to do this, the rich dad poor dad scenario, yes. you don't have to go to school. It puts that all together and makes that make a lot of sense. So that's a very, very good read. There's another one by Ash Cash, Mind Right, Right Right. And that all of these books are on Amazon. That's a very, very good. That's a motivational book. I walk to that one in the morning, and it helps help you with your mindset and rethinking get your stinking thinking out the way. So, shoot, I could go on. A lot of my books are investing books. I read those all the time because I have to be on point in learning strategies and learning about mutual funds and stocks and all that. So that's my lane books. But the books that I go back to all the time are, I'm going to give you two more. Let me get them out of here.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful.
Yes. Reading is the key. Reading is the key. So there's one called The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. Fabulous book. I told you about the outliers. Mind Right, Life Right is by Ash Cash. And he is one of my mentors. And it's a fabulous. Yes. And then let's see, there's one other that I think will definitely. So, and this is by Tony Robbins, Money Master in the Game.
Money Master the Game.
So one
wonderful book.
Money Master the Game. Wonderful. Yeah. So many more, but those are good starts. They will definitely give you a little bit of motivation, get you to start at least reading. If you don't like reading, listen to the Audible. I own a Tesla and that's only because I have stock in Tesla. So everything that I buy, I make sure I buy the company, shares in the company. So
everything he buys, buy the share of the company. I love it.
So, these are Coach glasses. You best know that I have stock in this company. Everything. So if I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna own it. So that's just a little.
Love it and admire it.
Yeah, so that's a little piece there. But I call it Tesla University. I'm on the road all the time. I'm not going to use all those hours with wasteless hours. I might listen to a little bit of song, and that's where the discipline comes in. I had to tell myself I like that, but it's not. I like this music, but so when I get in the car on a long trip, I will give myself a dedicated time. I can listen to music for 30 minutes and then it needs to go off. And then I switch to a book. That's my discipline that works. So you have to find what works.
Discipline, you have a schedule. You have a certain time that you'll listen to music, a certain time that you wake up. Do you exercise? Do you meditate? Is that included in your routine?
That is every morning. So 3 days a week, I get up. I pretty much walk every day that I don't work. My 2 days a week. So I get up and I walk. During my walk is when I do my prayer. I talk to God before I put my feet on the ground. That's the first thing. Yeah. And then my walk, I do my meditation. During my walk, once I finish my meditation, on my other half of my walk is when I listen to my audio encouragement books. I might listen. Yes, my Audible books. So I don't play music when I'm walking. I listen. I have something that's fed back into me because that's the beginning of your day. So you want your day to start the way it's going to end. So you want to have something to continue the day with. And then I have certain days that I might listen to music. That's just, like I said, I don't like to emphasize that because that's just me. I'm not a music person. I'm a reader. But for people who are music people, you have to balance that time. So where you give that fun stuff, it's time, and then give what you're trying. You're on a mission. We have a mission. We have something we have to do that we're needed to do. For the Black community. And each day, that 24 hours yesterday will never come back again. So the 24 hours tomorrow is here to come. What are we going to do in that time? So that's my day with my walking, with my exercise. 5 o'clock in the morning, I usually get up because I have to know the stock market when it opens so that I'll be ready for 8 o'clock if I have to teach that day. So that's
teach, go to work, or anything. And now let's talk about. I know you're also an author, Miss Donna. You also, I noticed that you make children books. So is it important to encourage our children in the Black community? What's the books about? How can we purchase your books for our children?
Yes. So the books came from, once again, discipline. I journal every single night and every single day. On every thought that I have. I encourage everybody to journal, because all these thoughts get stuck in your head, and a journal helps release them. A big dreamer. I dream a lot, and so I keep my journal beside my bed. So I had a dream one night for 3 nights, and the dollar bill was chasing after a little girl, just chasing her. And I would wake up, and on the 4th day, the little girl turned around and the dollar bill said, "All I want to do is tell you about money. If you just listen to me, I'll tell you what to do." And it went in one ear, went out one ear. That thought never, a year later, when I started journaling, I could still see the dollar and the little girl. So, that's what I said, think outside the box. What we think we want to do and what we're supposed to do is not always, because that's what we think. God has bigger things planned for us. We need to listen to those voices. So I went to my favorite spot, which is Panera. Everybody knows it. And I just sat there and I just waited for it to come with a piece of pencil and a tablet. And I said, when I write, it's going to be what I'm supposed to write. And I started writing the book, Mrs. Dollar. And I couldn't think of a title. And I said, if only someone would listen to what I have to say. And that is the title of that book. And it is about the dollar bill teaching.
Listen to what I have to say. And with the dollar bill.
Yes. Exactly. And I named it. The dollar bill, Mrs. Dollar, which is who I am. So on my Facebook, I have a Facebook page. It's called Mrs. Dollar and Friends. I teach financial literacy for kids, but the adults then took over. So now I'm teaching the adults, and they call, I'm going to Mrs. Dollar to learn. So I got called, the money lady, Mrs. Dollar, because I only teach my finances on Mrs. Dollar's page. It just kind of happened, and I just let it happen. I just didn't fight the process. I said, well, if people would see me, is Mrs. Dollar, can you answer me? There's Mrs. I got people who call me that when they see me, and it's like, I said, you know what, if that's what it is, I'm going to embrace it. So I want Mrs. Dollar's t-shirt. When is this? So I kept going. So I wrote the Mrs. Dollar, then I wrote a book for a younger age because my granddaughter is 7. She's the main character in the book. And so the book was too heavy for her. The words were too big. I said, we need to write a book for you. So I wrote a Mrs. Dollar book for her age, for 5 to 7. So I have 5 to 7, 9 to 13. I'm writing the 14 to 18. And then I did a workbook for the 9 to 7 because I wanted young children to learn how to dream the same way that I do, and then learn about money in the same way. Learn about opportunity costs, but learn it from Mrs. Dollar.
How can we get that book? How can we get that book? I have nieces and nephews. I have children, and a son. I have children. I have a daughter, son. How can we get that book? How can we get those books?
The best way is to go. It is on Amazon, but the best way is come to me, because Amazon, we don't like them. They take our profits, and we want to keep our profits. So you can go to my website, and that is www.makash.net. Makash is my 2 daughters, Michaela and Ashley, MIKASH.net. And my website is there, and the books are there, the t-shirts are there. I have Mrs. Dollar has mugs, bags, pencils, tablets. She has a little bit of everything. It's all there to purchase, and it'll come directly from me.
We have to represent, and of course you accept SAC1 and you accept the Sable Coin, because that's the currency for the Black community. So people will be able to purchase your products with SAC1 as well. And I just want to ask, I just want to commend you for joining us and joining our mission of, connecting all Black businesses worldwide. We're excited that you are, trusting us. You have your businesses registered, and you're willing to accept this currency. And it's very important to have acceptance. And I just want to ask, is there any way that SableAssent can assist? Of course, now, we're letting more people know about the business, but what else do we need to do for you or the community that you suggest how we can assist? Because we're here to assist, Ms. Donna.
Yes. Well, it's so far it's kind of early. I see. So once I get a little bit familiar, the assistance is going to be for me to. The easiest way that I can get people to get involved in the mission also is the knowledge base for me to have it. If I can speak on something, then it can be transposed to the next person, and that's where the grouponomics comes from. So being available to give me the education that I need, and maybe even if there's an opportunity, because within each of my investment clubs, I have 101, 18 in another, 22 in another, 12 in another, 7 in another, all those people these are all business people. So finding a way that I can easily or get them involved and get their businesses aligned on their what kind of pattern or that we can work out so that I can get them on one big call and line them up and get them the assistance without them overwhelming you also. Because if I can do it on one Zoom when we're all together, I can get everyone in, and just like I've done with the when I initially signed up. So all of my investment clubs, I have signed them all up, not just Funding the Block. So Sister Seeking Success, those are 18 of my friends and family. That is all. They also are signed up to be on the platform also. And these are all adult women also. So getting them involved, whatever you can do in that sense to help me help them, that's what I'll need.
Yes, I love it. I'm so grateful for you. I know that you're busy. I just wanted to ask one last question for the ladies or anybody else who has a busy life. How do you keep the balance? Because you mentioned that you have daughters, and I'm sure you've had relationships. How do you keep the balance and have, owner and president of Funding the Block, founder of Mrs. Dollar, a book series? You're a publisher, you're doing so much. How do you keep the balance?
So, and don't forget
you've been perfect. So I just want to know.
So I am also a licensed. I have a full service 300 client tax business. So it is tax time. So my office, I am busy. I have a wonderful man in my life who is very
patient, ladies and gentlemen. Her man is patient. I'm listening.
And very consoling and very understanding. So that there comes the weekend. I am going to, no matter what I do this weekend, I am not working. So I am working very hard this week. I didn't go to bed till 2:00 last night because I will not work Saturday and Sunday, a little bit Sunday, but because he gets that time. So finding time for my children, finding time for my granddaughter, that's all built into the schedule. And the schedule does change, based on what I'm doing. Funding the Block, we are, that's a real estate. So we are all actually trying to fund deals, but answering the phone when I need to answer it, and scheduling time for him, scheduling time for my granddaughter, scheduling trips and vacations. Well, now we're COVID, so we have to do as much. But you have to plan that into your schedule. You can't say it's going to fit in because it won't fit in when you're busy. So on August, this day to this date, I am not doing that. So you have to work hard before and work hard after. So I might be pulling, 18, 20-hour days in order to get what I want.
5 days a week. 5 days a week, 18 to 20-hour days. 2 days a week is dedicated to your family. You've made yourself be a boss. You've worked hard. You went to school. You read. You've sacrificed. And schedule and discipline is a big thing to become on the level that you are, to be able to achieve things that you are achieving. And that's just such valuable advice, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be grateful for Ms. Donna to have all of this going on, to spend this time with us. And it's just wonderful. And I learned so much just from this interview, and I just want to commend you for being an example for us Black women that's on this platform, especially, and then the Black men to understand that we as women have to, wear it all and be all, So tell us one more time how we can, look up Funding the Block, being a part, purchase your books. Is everything on one website, or you have to name a few?
Everything is on one website for Mrs. Dollar and all of my other products. Funding the Block is a private club, so you can't really find that on. You can go to the Funding the Block website, though. I do have a website for Funding the Block only, and that will tell everything about the criteria if you need a loan. So we are a lender. So if you need a loan, you can contact us. So that's fundingtheblock.com. Very easy. Anything that has to do with my books and my products, I do have a course that's about to launch for stock, how to invest in the stock market. I also have a course that's about to launch on how to start your own investment club. That will all be on the mccash.net. The mccash.com website, and you'll be able to purchase everything there. If I am changing that to the DonnaRosby.com, but until it's all together, because it's kind of growing organically. I'm growing organically, and that's when you know you're in the right place. I work hard doing what I love, and the rest just grows. So I don't search for any clients. My clients for my tax base, I've never advertised. They all come from word of mouth. I heard about you.
Wow.
I see 80% of them. I've never seen them. Everything is all. So it's all about who you are, what you speak on, how you identify to others. Your communication is very important, especially in these day and ages because everything is virtual. So keep it that way. So I applaud myself on that part, how things just grow. But my website right now is that's where you can go get my books. And Funding the Block is Funding the Block. So for Funding the Block, I have 6 vacant seats on that site, on that post. It will close once that 6 seats. And in that club, you will learn real estate investing and lending. And in 2 years, our goal is to become our own private bank on an accredited investor. And after 2 years, there will not be any new members to be involved in that because we don't want to do crowdfunding.
Is it women and men or just women? Women and men or just
women and men?
Okay.
It's
for
both.
Funding the Block.
Is the only women, Black women and men only.
Yes, Black women and men. Love it. Okay,
Yes.
We have to fill those seats, ladies and gentlemen. And we just appreciate your time, and we just thank you. Please, everybody, hit like, hit subscribe right now on YouTube. Follow us on SableAssent Coin on Instagram, SableAssent Coin Corporation on Facebook. And make sure you all go to her websites, and remember www.SableAssent.com. Register your Black-owned businesses. It's completely free. We're just connecting, and we're all making history here, and we're grateful. So thank you so much for chiming in. I'm Marlena Evans, your host. Thank you so much, Miss Donna Rosby, for chiming in. We appreciate you. This is an honor.
I'm ecstatic, and I am looking forward to what's going to happen and what I can do to help you guys. Also, I'm here. I'll put the time in if it's if it's needed. You just got to tell me ahead of time.
And thank you for accepting SAC1. Her businesses accept SAC1. She's all in with us, and we're just so grateful for you. And we look forward to speaking to you. This won't be your last time on here. You know that, Miss Donna. You know you're coming back.
I know that. I'll be more together too. All my new stuff that's coming so fast will be together.
I love it. I see the books. I see the organization. I mean, it really, I'm sure, helped to motivate. I have a lot of women that said they were chiming in just to see what you had to say, and we're just so grateful. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Okay, no problem. No problem.
Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, the family. We say hello.
I will. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Everybody. Bye, everybody. See you next week at same time, same place. All right. Bye-bye.
My Instagram is Donna Rosby also. You can go follow me there.
Instagram, Donna Rosby?
That's Donna Rosby. Yep, at Donna Rosby.
We'll get on it ASAP.
Right. Okay.
Have a good evening.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see if it all. There you go.